Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. I would like to take this opportunity, if I may, to thank you so much. Thank you so very much, my dear friends. It has been one of it has been such a great honor for me to have be able over the course of, say, the past 6 weeks or so, to talk with you about the very special films in the Star Trek film series, starting with Star Trek the Motion Picture and then ending our line of discussions with Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. So the films that focus in on what is oftentimes referred to with great affection as the original crew of the Starship Enterprise. So, in the context of the universe of Star Trek. So, over the course of each past Sunday, I took the opportunity to turn on the live stream option and hold live stream discussions. I'm sitting right here and then talking with you through the magic of these internet connected video cameras and the like. And with that wonderful technology, we were able to talk, you and I, in real time, live stream space, as it were. And it was so fun. I had such a blast. And I owe it all to you, my dear friends, for, again, being so generous with your time and also so supportive to allow me the space to be able to set up these conversations and to share what it is I might have to think or say about these 6 films with you. So thank you so much for that wonderful opportunity that you, again, so very kindly get provided to me over the course of these past several weeks. I really want to thank you. And it was so much fun for me that I would like to say that I would like to continue on with other live stream discussions in the very near future. And so please, in case you are interested, I will make an announcement very shortly with regard to the films that I'd like to focus on for purposes of the next live stream discussions. I should point out before I get to that, I should say that maybe for now, let us put the Star Trek film discussions on hold. As we know, there are many other Star Trek films out there. And so, of course, it could have been possible for me to maybe have discussions or continue the live stream discussion series focusing in on those other films in other film series and the like. But I've decided that, at least for the time being, I think this is a good place to pause the Star Trek discussions, and then we can move on to another film series. But maybe with the hope or with the idea that maybe one day we might return to the world of Star Trek for purposes of video discussions. I would very much love that opportunity, if you're interested. But with that, with that understanding in place, I'd like to say that let us turn our attention to a different film or series of films. Again, I will make a concrete announcement regarding a specific schedule at a later date as soon as I am able. But just in case you're interested, the heads up again, if you're interested, the next series, and we will, once I will get the schedule settled, I will announce it as soon as possible. But the next series will be speaking in a live stream video discussion about Jaws, and then Jaws 2, and then Jaws 3, and then Jaws the Revenge. So I would very much like to, again, if you're interested, I'd like to be able to talk with you, my dear friends, about those very interesting films that can be known or are oftentimes referred to very affectionately and colloquially as the Jaws films series. So if you're interested, my dear friends, please won't you join me? Once again, I will make a concrete schedule announcement with specific times and dates once I have settled in on the specific dates as well. So I don't have that ready yet right now, so I apologize. But as soon as that is ready, I will announce as soon as possible and as early as possible to give everyone time that they need to catch up with those films. I want to say too that Jaws, I think like many other people in my generation, uh, maybe grew up knowing Jaws. The film Jaws is a film that has always been there, and I caught up with it on home video, VHS rental, and that's also true for Jaws 2 as well. And then Jaws 3 and then Jaws 4 or Jaws the Revenge were the films that, for instance, Jaws 3, I remember having seen it in the movie theater. And so that I would have been quite young indeed. So it's really quite astounding to think back on how young I must have been when I went to the movie theater to see this film, considering what kind of film it is and the certain scenes that are included in it. So I will maybe bring that up when we get to the discussion of Jaws 3. And I think that's that's one of the reasons why I always watch that film with a great deal of fondness. And it's something that, as I say, is a film that it's always been there for me. Now, I was a little bit older after a few years had passed since that viewing of Jaws 3, that the film Jaws the Revenge emerged. And so this is a film, Jaws the Revenge 2, that I know has a certain reputation with regard to how people view it generally or maybe critically. So I totally get that. I should say also, however, for the record, that I too saw Jaws the Revenge in the theater. And I remember the build up to Jaws the Revenge and watching the trailer for the first time and seeing, just hearing the little bits of music and hearing the theme upon watching the film in terms of the opening credits, etc., and seeing all the little details that were, I think, suggesting some kind of close connections to the original film Jaws. So all this became, I think, part of that type of excitement in the air and thrill. And of course, the film then progressed, and there were many things about the film Jaws the Revenge that I think were very maybe left a really, how should I put it, somewhat of a well, let me say that I think it's going to provide a lot of ample room for some hopefully very fun and enjoyable conversation to be had by all, or as many people as possible, when it comes time to have that video live stream discussion. So I'm looking forward to it immensely, and it's a film that I look back upon even now with a great deal of fondness and a great deal of memories too that emerge all the time whenever I watch that. So that is, I think, or those are some examples of how I hope to approach the live stream discussions on each of the Jaws films when it comes time for their video discussions, again in a live stream format, to be taking place on this channel. Specific times and dates to be announced at a later time. So, but just if you're interested, just keep checking back here at this channel for more information. As soon as I have updated it, I will of course let you know. But in the meantime, just let you know that that is the plan. And of course, I should say it's no surprise because I have made this announcement, or I've discussed this also in the live stream. So those of you who attended the live streams know this as well. But after the Jaws films discussions are completed, again, depending on my schedule, I'm not sure what will happen, but the next series of films that I'm thinking of discussing after that will be the Superman films that feature the great Christopher Reeve as Superman. So Superman the movie, and then Superman 2, and then also Superman 3, and then Superman for the Quest for Peace. And then in the context of Superman 2, of course, there is the what's known as the Richard Donner cut version. And so I'm going to see if we can try to integrate that type of discussion maybe in one sitting video discussion, or maybe divided into multiple sittings. Who knows? Again, we shall see, to be determined at a later date. And this is further down the line, as I say, after the discussions of the Jaws films, but that is also something that I'd like to approach at some point for purposes of the live stream discussions. I can say too that the Superman films are films that, again, more films that I just remember growing up with. They were always around for me. and Superman 3. And speaking of movie theater experiences, again, the third and fourth films were the films that I was able to see in the theater, again, due to my own age and the time I was at when those films were released. So I don't remember specific memories of Superman 3 in the theater per se, but I do have that vague recollection of having seen it in the theater. And I say vague, but there is actually, and I'll get to that when we talk about Superman 3, is there's one moment in particular that to this very day I have never been able to forget. And I will speak about that particular moment and many other moments in Superman 3 yeah, I'm looking forward to very much. That's a film I know has a certain maybe critical based reputation about it, but Superman 3 and all its versions, which hopefully we can talk about too when we get to that discussion. Superman 3, there's a special place that I mean, I regard that film so warmly and so fondly. And so I look forward to that discussion with a high degree of anticipation. And Superman 4: The Quest for Peace too, I should say that this is a film that I also saw in the theater when it was, and I was so excited when I heard that it was going to be released, and it was an intriguing story, and certain characters that we had seen before now were returning, and we'll get to that as well, and there was some intriguing setup. So I'm looking forward to that discussion as well. I must say, however, of course, I mentioned 3 and 4, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention Superman the movie and Superman 2. These are two films that it's amazing that they are the way that they are. I mean, they hold up so well. And they feel they're like companion works, and of course there are so many details in it. It's quite complicated production. And that's also part of the myth that is Superman and Superman 2. But with all those details, I think, that have emerged over time, we also are reminded just how iconic these films are. They are really iconic, and I love how they are similar, and yet they have each of them their own different feel. And so we can, maybe sometimes I'm in the mood to watch Superman the movie, and then other times I'm in the Superman 2 type of mood. And I just love that back and forth between those films. And they are also at the same time, as I mentioned, companion pieces. I mean, sequel connections, of course, but also really, they're like, they're so close. So they have this wonderful connectivity about them that I think is so worth talking about. So we will talk about those and of course other details when we get to that part of the video live stream discussion component of this channel, shall we say. Knock on wood, of course, assuming that this channel is still here in a few months. I have no plans of going anywhere, so I hope to be able to continue this YouTube channel as long as I can, at least as long enough to be able to cover the Jaws film discussion series, and then later down the line the Superman films discussion series as well. So if you're interested, my dear friends, that is the general plans for the immediate future and live stream discussion. And of course, while all that's going on, I still plan to keep on as much as possible, and to the extent that I'm able to. Hopefully nothing will stop it from happening, and I don't foresee anything like that happening, but as long as I'm able to, I will in the meantime at the same time try to keep uploading recorded videos and edited videos as well on a regular basis, or as regular a basis as possible. So won't you join me, my dear friends, if you are interested? As always, you are the reason why I'm always inspired to keep on doing this channel, and I have all of you to thank for being such great examples, inspirational examples of wonderful film enthusiasts, cinema film enthusiasts. I follow your examples every day, and I feel so much better because of it and because of you. So thank you very much, my dear friends, and I just hope to be able to continue the discussions with you, each of you, for as long as I can. And so maybe those discussions can be about Jaws, can be about Superman, and can be about as many other types of films as possible. Won't you please join me, my dear friends? Okay, my friends, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great, great, great movies. So until we meet again, thank you so much, and cheers.